Hey everyone, welcome back to Raising the Nuts. Before we get started on this week's vlog, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who reached out to support the first video that I made. I really appreciate it. And I just want to say how awesome this competition has been so far. I've been obsessively watching everyone else's vlogs. I think I've watched over 100 of them so far, and I have a list of a bunch of ones that I didn't get to yet. And it's just been so cool to see everyone's story and how there's people from all over the world that are submitting these, and it's just been really cool to follow along, and I look forward to watching everyone else's videos as we go along this challenge. So one of the best parts about playing poker for a living is having the flexibility to make your own schedule and to be there for big events and stuff like that. And today was the first day of school, and because I can make my own schedule and decide just to work later in the day, I was able to be there for pickup for the first day. How was your first day of school, buddy?
Good.
What'd you do in school today?
I did two things.
What'd you do?
I did snack time and playtime.
And playtime. All right. Snack time and playtime. That sounds like what I do every day too. What's your hat say?
I had a dynamite day.
Nice. All right, cool. So we're gonna go pick up your sister soon, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. How do you think Ava's first day went?
Good.
Yeah. How was your first day, Ava?
Good. I told you.
Today was Ava's first day of middle school. And you had a good day?
Yeah.
Did you get sent to the principal's office?
No.
What about Cam? You think Cam went to the principal's office?
Yeah.
All right, here with the last kid home from school, Cam Bam, how was your day?
No comments.
No comments? What do you mean no comments? Did you have to go to the principal's office?
If you want to talk to me, talk to my lawyer.
Okay, on to the hand history analysis part of the vlog. My idea for hand history analysis is a segment that I'm going to call Helping Hands. The idea behind Helping Hands is a subscriber will submit a pre-recorded online session of them playing, and we will do a private coaching session of about 60 to 90 minutes. In exchange for my coaching session, the subscriber will make a minimum $50 donation to the charity of their choice. From this coaching session, I'll take one or two of the most interesting hands and put it into a 8 to 10 minute vlog that'll come out weekly. In addition, other subscribers will have the opportunity to view the entire 60 to 90 minute session if they make a minimum $50 donation to that same charity. I think this is a pretty unique concept, and it's kind of a way to bridge the gap between the YouTube channels and training sites. I think it will be a good learning tool for a lot of people, and then we'll also raise some money for some great charities. If you're interested in either having your hands reviewed or seeing the full length of this episode, I'll put the email address below here that you can send an email to get in contact with me to do either of those things. Before we get into this week's Helping Hands, I just want to talk a little bit about results and my results over the years. This is honestly a little bit uncomfortable for me to talk about because I haven't really discussed my results with many people over the years, but I think it's necessary just to build the credibility of my channel, and also based on the offers that I just made with the segment that I'm going to be doing here and coaching people. You know, if people are going to be putting out their money, and sure, it's going to go to a charity and everything, but if people are going to be putting out their money, they're going to want to know that they're being coached by someone who knows what they're talking about. In 2011, between 2011 and 2013, when I played at Parks, I played about 3,300 hours over a little over that 2-year stretch, and I won at $140 an hour in that time in the 10-10 no limit game. Since we got back into online poker in 2013, I have some graphs that I'll put right over here. This one is a 2 million hand graph, and this one is almost a 1 million hand graph. It's nowhere near all the hands I've played in that time period, but you can get the gist of how things have gone over that time, and you can see that I'm a winning player, and you can count on the fact that I know what I'm talking about. So for this first episode, we have my friend Jay submitted a session of him playing 100 no limit on Ignition over 3 tables. So we're going to look and see what interesting hands come up, and my focus is going to be on his thought process and how he thinks about the hands and how he can improve his thought process. So Jay, what charity are you donating to today?
I donated $50 to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation.
Okay, and why did you pick the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation?
one of my best friends, Andy, passed away from cystic fibrosis, and so it's always been very important to me.
Yeah, Andy was also one of my friends, and we'll talk about him a lot more in the next vlog. So let's get into the hands. We're doing a hand history with Jay. Do you know that Jay plays poker?
Yeah.
Do you think Jay is gonna win?
No.
Why not?
I think I heard her say that I was an idiot.
Do you think Jay's an idiot? Oh, okay. In the hand that we selected for this shortened version of Helping Hands, it folded around to the player on the button who raised to 3 big blinds. And then it folds to us in the big blind, and we have pocket 9s and elect to make it 10 big blinds. The player on the button makes the call, and we take the flop, and it comes ace 10 3 rainbow. Jay chose to make a continuation bet of $8 into the approximately $20 pot, and our opponent makes the call. The turn is the offsuit 2, and we check, and the opponent bets, and we have to fold. So this is a pretty common spot that comes up for people with a pocket pair where there's a couple of overcards. So Jay and I went into a couple of interesting discussions on the pre-flop decision and then the flop decision. So here are some of the highlights from those discussions. The way to think about these spots is if you're going to be doing it with a really wide range, both for value and with bluffs, then going on the smaller side is fine. So if you're gonna choose a 10 big blind sizing, then I would be doing it with a lot of, like with king queen suited, king jack suited, hands that have good playability, and doing it more with a linear range. If you're gonna go with a polar range, meaning your hands are either the really good hands or the hands that you're folding to a jam, then you wanna go with a larger sizing. So I think if you're choosing this sizing, it's fine. It just means that you are going to be on a more linear range and including a lot more weaker value hands in your range. If you're going to be going with polarized range, then you go with a little bit of a bigger sizing. So I think the way to think about this spot and what you might be missing here is that we need to have some sort of check range on this board, and 9s kind of fit squarely into that check range. There's not really a ton of upside in betting other than just winning the pot right now. Because if you think about it, the hands that don't continue versus us are drawing very thin, right?
Yeah.
So, if he has a gut shot, if he has Broadway cards, he's gonna continue and we're gonna lose the pot because we can't get the showdown cheaply. If he has a 10, if he has an ace, he's continuing. If he has a pair underneath us, 8s through 4s, he's folding, most likely. And if he has undercards like 6, 7 suited or something like that, he's folding. We have plenty of hands that we can check and call with. This would be a hand that we would check and fold, and that's just the best line to take here. It's also unlikely that we get bluffed off of our hand by a hand that would have folded the flop.
Okay.
So I think this hand actually illustrates something really, really important, an important concept. When we're trying to come up with a strategy for our range, we need to be thinking about how the hand is going to play out on future streets. We talked about already what hands can continue versus our bet, but how are we going to win this hand other than the flop bet? Well, with this particular spot, with 9s on the ace 10 3 flop, it's going to be hard to win unless our opponent has a hand like 8s through 4s, in which case we're likely going to get the showdown. We're going to have much better hands to bluff, we're going to have much better hands to continue with for value than the 9s itself. So that's why it makes sense to just fit it into our check range on the flop. Thanks for watching vlog number 2 of Raising the Nuts. I hope you guys like that Helping Hands feature. The future ones will be much longer and more in depth.
Please like, subscribe, comment down below, give us a big thumbs up. Bye, YouTube!